Jose, can you see by the dawn's early light? It's what we okay. So now you know why they won't let me sing in that choir. I am Pastor Dan Renfro from New Hope Church in Dayton Christian Recovery. And what we doing, actually Dayton Christian Recovery is from New Hope Church. And we just try to do some things to bring you together with the world of recovery in Christ. So it's a little different. So what's the difference in that and secular recovery? Secular recovery, as we know it, 12-step recovery, is based deep into the Bible. And so for years, I've tried to help people understand that, but there's so much confusion on that. We got past that. I just want to tell you there's a better way to live. And I've been doing it for coming up on 29 years. Surround yourself by winners, people that are doing it the right way. And then spend some time in the book, not that blue book, although that's an important book if you're in that place, the basic text. In the Bible, the Bible is where it all comes from. The 12 steps are 12 steps Bible study to get you closer to your Creator. The guy who wrote that little blue book, that's exactly what he said. Purpose of this book is to help us have a spiritual experience so we can go on and help others. So that's what we're doing, and we hope that you're finding people to be able to serve. This is how I can serve right now. I've been a little down. I've been sick since Christmas with the cold or whatever, but I'm not going to chance it. I put myself on voluntary lockdown. I don't have a temperature as of this morning. In fact, my temperature is 96 whatever, 97 is the highest it ever goes. That's been that way the whole life, but not a big deal. Don't really feel bad. Just get really tired quickly. And I have COPD, so I've always had breathing problems. Why do I tell you this? Because I'm trying to explain to you. My boss, Pastor Jeff, he thinks I'm kind of silly because I do this. And I get it because he's not an electronic guy, and you probably think I'm silly. But this is how I can serve. I can reach out and touch people. I can tell people, keep you informed. He said yesterday, you're not CNN. And I was like, no, I tell the truth. He didn't think that was funny. Anyway, and you probably didn't either. I dropped down from 12 to 3 people with that comment. I'm glad you are here today. This is the last 12 o'clock broadcast. We're still going to broadcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. each night, 6 to 6:15, just a touch base update. Starting on Sunday, we're going to have meetings every night of the week, just like we did in person. In-person meetings are now canceled, but we're going to meet. We have a room, and if you would like to have an online meeting of your local group, then you can do that just by texting me, Bub McKinney, Mark Kimmer, or any of those folks. Probably Larry. Larry's going to be leading one of the groups. We've got some people come in from other places. And then if you're in a Christian recovery, we're going to have that every day. Right now, we're thinking at 4 o'clock just because most people are at home and it gives a time to do that. We may have to do it later. That's not firm. It's just the time we've got right now. We're inviting the leaders of all the Celebrate Recoveries to come in and chair one of those meetings and do a Celebrate-esque recovery thing. Play a little music, then have, do the lesson that they were going to do anyway. Have a lead if they're going to have a lead. It's a private room, so it's no different than doing it in the church. It's just not face-to-face. You know, one of those leaders that want to do some of that, they can get with me. I can show you how to do it through here, or I can show you how to do it on your own. In fact, if you get this link, I don't know if I can do the link from here, but if you look in a past broadcast, or I'll put it in here. Oh, I can do it from here. I will give you a link to get this particular program, which is actually browser-based, and that way you can do it yourself. It's really, really cool. It's very short learning curve. Fantastic. Let me say this again. Fantastic support. So it's easy to get started up. I've been using this thing for a little over a month, and I'm really, really loving how it works. My point is, I would be glad to take some time, especially since I'm on lockdown, to show you how to use it. This is the program. You just click that. You download the or you don't even download it. You just sign in, just like if you're signed up for Yahoo Mail or Gmail or whatever that. They don't ask a lot of personal questions. Great bunch of guys. Like I said, I now have the pay version of that just so we can do some broadcast in multiple places at once. In any case, if you'd like to learn how to use this, I'm going to do a class, I believe, on Saturday. I'll let you know Either sometime today will be Saturday and Sunday, and I'll take you through the basics so you can do it on your own. Or if you just like somebody to produce your thing for you, then I would be glad to do that. As long as, especially if you want to do it in conjunction with our 6:30 or with our Christian recovery meetings, we can just make it your Celebrate Recovery on this channel. Not a big deal. I'll just put or how do you do that? I'll just put your logo right there for Monday night in Huber Heights, Tuesday night at the shelter, Wednesday night at the one I go to, and Be Hope. However you want to do it, I'd be glad to help you. Also, I'm trying to get a hold of somebody that will help. I'm talking fast because I promised to do this quickly. I would like to do an online exercise thing every day for people that are stuck in their house. So I've got some weights here. I've been trying to work out. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Look, I almost got a muscle. Okay. Okay, now I can't breathe. So some kind of a workout thing. I would love to do, if you know somebody that does Zumba, I'd love to record it or broadcast it from their house and run it through here and do the production for it so they could do the Zumba. And then you could do Zumba in your living room, just like having a tape, except you would have a real live announcer or somebody could help you go through that. You could be live too. And so people can interact with you. If you know somebody wants to do that, let me know. As you can tell, I've got a ton to do, and I'm writing, and I'm doing that kind of stuff. But if I can help people connect, then I want to do that. And speaking of that, my favorite person in the world, in this particular world, my pastor Jeff, was live, and I'm going to have to go to his page. Hold on, give me just a second. And I'm going to play that live broadcast for you this morning. He calls for something that's pretty interesting, and you have to work it into whatever the current law is or whatever that's going on. But here's what he calls for us to get together on Sunday in a different way. We're just learning lots and lots of different ways right now. So this is just another one. Hold on just a second. We're going to pull him up. I'm going to rebroadcast that. I probably should have downloaded that. 2 seconds. I just got to get him on. This is how cool this program is, because you can use your current computer, and I have 3 screens, so it makes it a little easier. But let's go ahead and listen to this.
Good morning, friends. I hope and pray that you're overcoming in the midst of the craziness in the past week and a half. Just know that your friends and I at New Hope Church are praying for you right now. During this time, it is so important to stay connected. And while you have hundreds of options at the touch of a button to find a great sermon or great worship music, and I want to encourage you to do those things because there is super encouragement that comes from those. You can touch 1,000 of those a day if you want to, but you cannot substitute those things for being in community. Now, in times like these, we need the strength and the grace of a loving God, but we also need each other. More than ever, we need each other. At the end of Acts chapter 2, there's this beautiful picture of the church when it was just getting started. And there was this incredible passion, and there was this incredible fire, and the church was growing really fast, and they were committed to some pretty incredible things. Listen to what the writer of Acts says in chapter 2. He says, all the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to fellowship, to sharing in meals, and to prayer. And a deep sense of awe came over them all. And the apostles performed many signs and wonders. All the believers met in one place, and they shared everything they had. They sold their property and their possessions. They shared their money with those in need. They worshiped together at the temple every day. They met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and they shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. I don't know about you, but I love this. The church was committed to being together, to worshiping together, to helping each other, to having meals together. Together was a huge part of the movement. In fact, the combination of the presence of God's Spirit moving among them and their commitment to being together led to this. Listen, and each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. Now, because of all of that, because all of that's happening around us, it just isn't smart to gather all together as one in our places of worship. It just isn't, right? But it doesn't change the fact that we need to be together. We need each other. And so here's what we can do. This Sunday, we're going to do church just a little bit differently. We're going to go Facebook Live at 11 o'clock with some praise and worship songs. And then after some songs, I'm going to give you a shorter than usual sermon. This week, we're going to talk about self-denial and how to practice self-denial as we try to become more like Jesus. And at the end of that message, I'm going to give you some questions.
And one of the things I'm going to teach you in that class is make sure your mic's not muted and that you look in the camera. So anyway, you can go to that link that I just sent you and you can hear his message and be able to see it. For whatever reason, it's not showing up the way it should. In any case, it's going to be a great time together. And we hope you're going to be able to spend some time with each other. I know you don't want to get in big groups, and that's why we're not doing church. But we can get in small groups of healthy people, people that you are already interacting with. Maybe if you're at your office, you just stop. You say 11 o'clock. We're going to take everybody here is taking our lunch at 11 o'clock, and we're going to go to New Hope Facebook page, and we're going to spend some community time with Jeff. We're going to listen to music. We're going to listen to message, shorter message. We're going to interact with him, and we're going to interact with each other. It's a great idea. I think we should pay attention and listen. I'm gonna invite my wife together and all my animals, and we're gonna kind of go together because I'm kind of sequestered. But we're gonna spend some time. And if you don't do it at New Hope Church, that's cool. Do it with almost everybody's broadcasting online. And if you know somebody that wants to broadcast online and they don't know how to do it, they're having a problem with it, you have a message with me. I promise I will get them up and going before Sunday so they can broadcast. Even if it's a small group, whatever, it's very, very easy. But if you're not technologically kind of sound, then sometimes it's hard. Here's the deal. We're going to make it easy for you. I promise.
Good morning.
Get in here and what am I trying to say? Just get in here and let me show you what's going on. Just text me. It only takes a couple seconds, and then we're going to finish this message out, and then we're going to be done. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it.
Be together. Now, if having people over is scary to you, then gather the people who live in your house and worship together that way. Put down your games, put down your phones, put down your lives for just an hour and worship together. And one more thing. Please don't let this end in an hour on Sunday. Please reach out. Call people you know who are lonely. Call people you know who are scared. Call people you know who need encouragement. Just be together. And let God use this time to bring you closer together with Him and with each other. I can't wait to see you Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. God bless you, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Man, I love that guy. I'm so glad that he is part of our ministry. He's our leader. And you know what? I love you guys. And thank you for letting me do this, because I think I would have gone crazy with all the stuff going on if I hadn't been able to have this touch base. So no more 12 o'clocks. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 a.m. Every night at 8 p.m. with Pastor Jeff. Every night at 6 p.m. for 15 minutes. A quick update of what's going on with people in recovery. This is from our old days. We used to do this on Thursday for an hour. 15 minutes, an update for people in recovery, what is happening for that day, and any information that we need, and stuff like people in recovery, what jobs are available right now, things that we found. People are coming to us before they put it out anywhere, or you might not miss it. So I have all day to gather this information up. I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm asking for the recovery houses also to PM me. We want to know more about what happens for people in recovery in this lockdown and how they can get in, or what's going on with the people there. So John or Lois or any of you folks, if you'd like to just come on it for a few minutes at 6 o'clock, anytime, we'd love to have you on. Thank you so much for letting me do this. Have a great day. I'm Pastor Dan Renfro from New Hope Church in Dayton Christian Recovery. I'm glad you're here. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Have a good one.